Connection has a neck in front. On the outside, Ferdinand and John's Treasure, they enter the stretch. Danzig Connection still leads narrowly. Ferdinand on the outside, challenging that lead. Farther out is John's Treasure. On the rail is Personal Flag moving into fourth as Danzig Connection now draws clear. This is going to be the fifth Belmont for Woody Stevens. John's Treasure on the outside of Ferdinand. Danzig Connection has...
Hello, it's Bob Pandolfo on Thursday, June 5th with Power Pace with Pandy. The Belmont Stakes coming up on Saturday. I put my selections on my website on the free page, and here's who I picked: the 6, 7, 2, 3 Baeza, and with Journalism second, Sovereignty. I picked the winner of the Kentucky Derby, Sovereignty, and I picked the winner of the Preakness on top, also Journalism. But this time I'm going for Baeza. I just like the way the horse is developing. Let's take a look at Baeza here. He has tactical speed. That's what I like about him too. He's improved in every start. Now on the Bristnet speed figures, it shows a 107 for the Santa Anita Derby and a 102 for the Kentucky Derby. But I thought he improved every start. And the Beyer figures had him at 101 for the Santa Anita Derby and 102 for the Kentucky Derby. He's the horse that's going to leave the gate most likely. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. He couldn't leave the gate in the Derby because he had post 19 in a 19-horse field. So Pratt had to try to work out a trip. He made a nice middle move, but he was kind of drafting behind horses trying to save ground, and he got into some traffic. But he was coming on gamely once he got clear, and as you can see, he's not far behind Sovereignty and Journalism. The horse that's probably going to be, I think almost definitely going to be leading in the race is Rodriguez. He was far behind Journalism in the San Felipe, but he did step up with a nice win in the Wood Memorial and wire to wire at Aqueduct, going a mile and an eighth. I think that was a much weaker field, but he's going to be on the lead. One of the reasons why I like Baeza too, if you look at my Power Pace system, Journalism, if you're right on average speed, he has a 108, Baeza has a 104. And then, of course, you have Sovereignty and Rodriguez. But on the adjusted pace call, which is the second call, I have an algorithm I use to create these numbers. Baeza has a 109, the highest adjusted second call. And his early speed rating, which is a number that I created for myself, again, using an algorithm, he has a 24. So he has the best, actually, tactical speed in the race. Even higher than Rodriguez, who has a 24, has an 18 ESR, and then he has a 108, one behind Baeza for the adjusted pace call. So, what's going to happen, in my opinion, is Rodriguez is going to go out for the lead, and either Crudo or Baeza are going to be pressing him. Crudo is a Pletcher horse who, comes off a couple of nice wins, but I think he's stepping way up in class here. I have a feeling that Pratt is going to be the one mainly to press Rodriguez. Make sure, keep him honest, make sure he doesn't get too comfortable on the lead. Then I expect Baeza to take the lead in this race. Now, don't forget, this is a mile and a quarter. It's not a mile and a half because they're running at Saratoga. I think Baeza will take the lead, and then, of course, he has to try to hold off Journalism and Sovereignty in the stretch. That's the way I think the race is going to be run. As far as Rodriguez, the one thing I didn't like about him, I didn't like this workout here. His workout on April 27th was the one that was supposed to be for the Kentucky Derby, the last work before the Derby. He looked really sharp in that workout. I really, I thought that was a typical kind of Baffert workout where, he was speeding up all the way and he was running true and straight and fast. Then he had a bruised foot. He had to skip the Derby, so he hasn't run since April 5th. But this workout here, he came into the stretch. I mean, he didn't look as eager to run. He didn't look like he had as much zip, and he was turning his head. I didn't think it looked like a classic, really fast, sharp Baffert workout. And you can see that he's worked a lot of 59s, 59.3, 59.3, 59.3, 111 and 4 for 6 furlongs. So, Baffert did work this horse fast during the winter, and I would think that he'd want to give him a quick work, in between races here, and he didn't have a really good work, in my opinion. I just didn't think it looked that good. So I don't know. I mean, I have a feeling that even though he's going to be setting the pace, that he'll come back to him. I just want to talk about a little bit about what I showed earlier, which was Danzig Connection winning the Belmont Stakes. That was Woody Stevens, veteran, the Hall of Fame trainer, Woody Stevens, winning his 5th straight Belmont Stakes, which is one of the most amazing feats in the history of training thoroughbred horses. I mean, what are the odds that you're going to get a good 3-year-old 5 years in a row that can win the Belmont Stakes 5 years in a row? I mean, it's unbelievable. And he raced these horses a week before the race. They used to have the Peter Pan a week before the Belmont. Now they put it in April. And his theory was you got to race them a week before to give him the stamina to go a mile and a half. And he didn't believe that you could get a horse, sharp enough, put enough foundation into him, enough stamina and endurance to go a mile and a half just off workouts. Amazing trainer. He had so many of these horses too that went on with his older horses. He didn't baby his horses like they do now. He raced them. They won all kinds of stakes. I mean, look at all these stakes he won. He won with a lot of older horses. His horses had long careers, a lot of them. Tremendous, tremendous horsemen. But anyway, the Belmont Stakes, though, it's an 8-horse field, but I think it's going to be exciting. I don't think it makes any difference what the track condition is. I mean, hopefully it'll be a fast track, but if it isn't, I think it'll still be an exciting race. All these horses should be able to handle the off-track well. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. That it's free, and that would really help me out. I enjoy the race. I will put a link to my free picks here because I have the Belmont Stakes picks on my website. Thanks for tuning in, and lots of luck.